Yo, thanks for listening.
Bill 95.
Alright, well, checking the traps underneath the bridge right now before I go up to the mountain. I only have 2 down here right now. The rest of them are up on the mountain. So we'll see. Nothing here. Got one more up here. I don't see anything in it, but I just want to get close enough to make sure that everything's okay. It looks good to me. Well, let's go. I'll turn the camera back on once we get up to the mountain. So, meet you over there. Okay, so we made it up to the mountain. I just want to talk real quick about using drags in this area. So if you live in like central Pennsylvania, you got to be cautious of where you decide to use your drags if you have drags. So I got this trap here. It's a Victor, and it's got a really beat up drag on it. Okay, now the reason why I don't really like using these drags very often is because in Pennsylvania we have a lot of open woods. Not all over the place, but there are some spots that I trap that are open, like underneath those bridges. That's an open woods right there. It's not thick. Here on top of this mountain with the power line strip, I'm sure you guys can see just how thick this is right there. And if you come down and look over this little cliff here, I'll call it a cliff, it's not really a cliff, this bank right here, okay, see how thick that is? There's tons of briars, saplings, and shrubs coated all over this whole mountainside right here. And it's really good to use a drag because there's lots and lots and lots of things that this animal can get caught up on, whereas in an open woods where it's just like big mature trees, there's not going to be anything for it to get snagged on, because I mean, this itty bitty little drag isn't going to hook into a big oak, you know. So I just wanted to, for all those new trappers out there, if you're in central Pennsylvania, I don't know about the rest of the state, but in central Pennsylvania, you want to get into thick, and I mean thick stuff, before you try using one of these drags. Otherwise, that animal's gone. You'll never find him unless he gets hooked up on, you know, a rock, which is, rock won't hold him unless he really gets it stuck on it somehow. Either way, so just good spots where there's lots of saplings, shrubs, briars, all that stuff. As thick as, like, thick to where you can have a hard time walking through. That's how thick you want this thing to be. So I'm going to get this thing set up on this power line strip. I didn't catch anything today. I checked the trap stash. Sorry. I only have 4 traps set right now. 2 down underneath the bridges, then 2 over there. Actually, right there, right where that road forks, that's where I set that's where I made the one video of me setting the what the heck is it called? Compass set. So that's where that is. Then about 100 yards behind that is the other set that I made. I don't think I showed you that one, but there's a set down there. It's just some bait tucked up in some grass, just because this is so rough. I mean, I don't know if I told you yet, but this is rock, all shale. So it's hard to get a dirt hole punched in here. Actually, I don't even try to put a dirt hole up here because it's just so, it's literally retarded if you try punching a dirt hole through solid stone. I mean, and I usually, when I'm trapping up here, I usually don't use stakes, just because the stake either busts off of a rock or it bends, or because I use rebar for stakes, or it'll just bend, or it's just a pain in the butt. But I have been finding couple spots where it's just dirt. I can punch it through there. So like that one's down there. That one has a cross stick rebar for that one, and the one over there. This one's gonna be a drag, just because it's a shell pit right here, and it's. I would have to be stupid to try to drive and break with or bend rebar. So I'm just going to use a drag. That's why I like using drags up here. This is actually the only place where I like to use drags because it's, I mean, it's thick. I know up north, or I'm sorry, down south, those guys use drags a lot because they have thick country. Unlike us, I mean, we have thick country up here, just not like the south. The south has, they have good spots to set drags, and well, Pennsylvania is just mostly open because it's been logged, at least where I live. So anyways, I'm gonna get this thing set, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we got something. Alright guys, so this is what the finished set looks like. I just got a log and a piece of rock for my backing. I got red fox urine back there and some bobcat urine, and that's it. This is just a P-post set. The pan to the trap is right here. It's approximately 6 inches back, and to the right about 4 inches from the rock. And the drag I have come back here, and it's buried about a quarter of an inch underneath the ground. I just put the shell back on top of it, put some grass and some leaves on it. But that is about it for this finished set. So for any coyote fox coming down these logging roads, I mean, right here some tracks, they're kind of melted away. That comes, or anyways, like I was saying, coyote fox comes up and down these roads, smells this, and they're gonna want to check it out. And when they do, they should step on that pan when they go to market. So that's about it for the finished set on how to use a drag. Now, just a tip that I found out from trapping this mountain with these drags is when an animal gets caught, they tend to go downhill than uphill. So any of you guys that are like pros on drags, let me know if that happens to you too, if you trap mountains. But most of the animals I catch that get caught in a drag rather go downhill than uphill. I'm assuming, it's just like when you shoot a deer, they go downhill than uphill. Very rarely do they go uphill. They usually go downhill. I don't know why. Maybe it's harder for, well, you would think it's harder for them to drag that thing up but it's not that heavy either. So, I don't know, just a little tip or discovery I have found over the past few years. But yeah, I don't know, they just tend to go downhill towards the road. Makes it easier for me. But alright, I will see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we got some. I'm going to set a few more traps, start getting the line back up, and see you around.